Welcome, everybody. Welcome to the Thinking Game Podcast. Well, today we got some stuff for you. But before we get into the podcast, give a shout out to Iowa and LSU game. I was kind of watching it a little bit, and Caitlin kind of gives me that Steve Kerr, kind of Larry Bird kind of vibes. I think she's pretty good, man. I think ain't the LSU they was kind of going too fast. They wasn't under control, probably like they wanted to be. The coach wanted them to be. I could see it on her face. And I think sometimes when you're erratic, like when your adrenaline is high, you really got to be careful about how you moving, how you landing. Because I think she hurt her ankle. They kind of changed the tempo of the game as well because she couldn't move the way she wanted to because her ankle was probably tender. Because she went up for a block, and she probably do it so many times a game. But when you on that adrenaline and you land the wrong way, I mean, it could change the whole face of the game. So, and last time I looked at the score, yeah, they up by 20, almost 10, 15, 20. But what I will say is that they played a good first half, both teams. But when they came out of the second half, I don't think they was locked in like they probably should have been. LSU. They should have been more locked in. You cannot give her any kind of space. Any space, she gonna shoot it. She got the green light. You know that. So for some reason, I'm wondering why some of the more athletic players on LSU didn't want to guard Caitlin, didn't take the challenge to guard her. I mean, the person that had guarding her, I mean, she was okay, but you know, it was a couple of other players I think they could have had a better chance at guarding her with length and stuff like that if they would have took the challenge. But you know, not everybody want to take that Pepsi challenge. That's a lot to take on. So, but it look like they're probably not gonna pull this game out. Look like they're gonna take this game, and they probably gonna go and try to go in and face South Carolina. But yeah. I think when she got injured, it kind of changed the game for LSU. That ankle injury, and then they was taking some bad shots in the second half when she started getting the momentum. Caitlin, they started taking bad shots. Anybody that watched that game, they started taking some bad shots. So that's what I'll say. Shout out to LSU though, man. They played, man. They had a good first half. It's just second half, they let her get off. She came out, she hit that first three, and that was pretty much, that was kind of like Larry Bird kind of play right there. You know what I'm saying? You leave him you leave him just an inch open, he gonna drain that. So the game seems like it's pretty much over. LSU probably gonna lose this one. Anyway, how many quarters? There 3 minutes left in the fourth quarter. 71-82. Iowa winning. Be interesting to see if they can come back, but probably not. That third quarter coming off of halftime changed the game. The total game changed after that because they went in tied. They were tied. I forgot the score was something. It was 39-39. It was something like that. And when they came back after halftime, she started hitting the threes from way back, and that kind of changed the momentum of the game. Reese, she was injured. Her ankle. I don't think that ankle didn't heal up like she wanted to. That tape didn't work probably like she wanted to. You could tell how she was moving. She wasn't running as fast, and I knew they knew that, and they attacked that aspect. So, what's one thing coaches always say when you play those kind of games? You gotta have the composure. And when you think about it, the one Caitlin, she was under composure. She never really got outside of a character. She just waited. And when she came out from that third quarter, they kind of laxed a little bit. Thought she was going to warm up, but she hit that first shot, and she didn't really look back from there. So the moral of the story is people that can shoot like that, you have to be on them the whole game. You got to be on them even when they walk into the hot dog stand. You got to be on them. Popcorn, you got to be on them. I almost should have double teamed and made somebody else shoot the ball, in my opinion. And while they was running man to man, I have no idea. I probably would have been running like a 3-2 zone, and have somebody the zone catered around where her favorite spots to shoot were. But that's just me. And like I said, I think that ankle injury really kind of changed the game for the LSU. But it was a good game. Like I said, that second half, she just got on fire. That nobody could match them for LSU. And they took some bad shots. And bad shots versus them taking good shots, you can lose a game real fast just off taking a bad shot. So, but shout out to Iowa's probably gonna win this game. It's like 251. They're gonna have to really have a game to come back and win that game. So I'm gonna get into the podcast. Ooh, excuse me. Let's get into the podcast. First topic is LeBron. LeBron says he's on the other side of the hill. I seen an interview after the game. He said he's definitely on the other side of the hill. He don't know how much time he has left, but he definitely don't have another 20 years. So my question is, how much time does LeBron realistically have left? Let me know in the comments what you think. How much time do you think he got left? 1 year? 2 years? 3 years? 4 years? Let me know in the comments what you think about that. And the next question is, can the Lakers win another championship this year? Let me know in the comments. Let me know.
It's always business, never personal.
Do I think the Lakers going to win the championship this year? Depends on if AD steps up. If AD can be the player that AD can be, they got a chance to win. But if he doesn't, they not going to win because they're the 9th seed right now. Hard as they playing, they in the 9th seed. And if they run up against the Timberwolves, Ant-Man and Cat, do they have enough to compete with the Timberwolves? Or can they get past the Nuggets if they had to play the Nuggets? Interesting dynamic. We will see.
You want answers. I want the truth. You can't handle the truth.
I think that LeBron realistically probably has another 3 to maybe 4 years max. I think he's preparing. He has a podcast with JJ Redick. I think he wants to own a team. He thinking about trying to get a team in Vegas. Well, allegedly, that's what they're saying. And I think, if he can get his son in the league, his oldest son, I don't think he got to worry about Bryce. Bryce going to go pro regardless. He probably know Bryce going to go pro, but I think he's trying to get Bronny in the league, get him set up. And I think after he get him set up, cut in probably a couple years, he'd be like, the veteran, encouragement. He probably going to retire. So let's say another 3 or 4 years. I give him that. I think he just get tired of playing at that point. But let me know in the comments, how many more years do you think LeBron got, realistically? Let me know what you think about that. So our next topic is Kobe Bryant's parents sells memorabilia of Kobe, allegedly due to financial issues. They sold, I think, a 2000 championship ring. I think they sold it to a memorabilia company, and then the company now is selling it, and I think they got like $900,000 for it or something like that, almost $1 million. And the word on the street allegedly is, financially, they wanted to make some money so they can get back on their feet. But the question is, what happened that they in this situation that they're in? That's the real question.
You want answers. I want the truth. You can't handle the truth.
So, an article allegedly Kobe had a falling out with them over his decision to marry Vanessa Bryant in 2001, and things were never quite right between the three after that. This is one of those stories to the young, old, and middle. You have to be careful how you treat people because you never know how situations change. You never know what tomorrow may bring. You just never know. So it's always better to keep the peace rather than go through strife and chaos. So you got to understand how your behavior and choices can impact your future. And I'm sure that they didn't plan on Kobe losing his life in a helicopter crash. But you can't look at it like Kobe's going to live till he's 80 years old. You just never know. And when they probably voiced their opinion about that, I'm sure it got back to Vanessa. And once it got back to Vanessa, what do you think is going to happen if they got married? And then allegedly, they didn't show up to the wedding at all. They didn't send in no condolences. They didn't send anything. They just didn't show up. Once again, you got to understand how your behavior and choices can impact your future. If Kobe was the link between you and Vanessa, and Kobe unfortunately lost his life. Rest in peace, Kobe. Now, what bridge do you have to Vanessa? You don't have a bridge, and there's no guarantee that she wants to reach out and make amends. And I don't know if the parents wants to reach out and make amends. Like sometimes the ego, man, can put you in situations you don't want to be in. And sometimes all you got to do is just reach out and apologize. But I understand distance. Sometimes some people, man, they have their opinion, they stand on it, and that's what they do. And you just got to give them their distance, and give them their distance and give them peace without strife. And that's kind of the thing, like that's what Vanessa did, That's something that she has to, they both have to deal, all them three of them have to deal with. Now, Kobe's not here. I hope they can work it out because it's worth working out. But, like I say, understanding how your behavior and choices can impact your future is very important growing up in life. Moving on to the next topic. Can Gilchrist Alexander win the MVP this year? Let me know in the comments what you think about that. Can he win the comments this year? The MVP, NBA MVP. Can he win that this year? I'm not sure if he can or not. I'm not sure. But definitely he in the running. I think he like your number 3 in the running to win MVP. But let me know in the comments, can Gilchrist Alexander win the MVP this year? Because he balling out of his mind stat-wise. And let me see if I can pull these slides up. I'm going to try to pull them up for you. Yeah, he balling out of his mind. And I'm looking at the game. 76-88. LSU down 76. Iowa on top 88. And like I say, that second half really put a damper on that game. And I think if they would have tightened up in that second half, they was too lax coming out. You got to stay in the zone when you're dealing with somebody like that. You cannot allow her to get off. It don't work that way. So, can Gilchrist Alexander win the MVP this year? Can he keep the momentum going? Let me know in the comments what you think about that. Let's go to the next slide. Here's the running. Jokic with the Denver Nuggets. They said he's ranked number 1 according to what was it? What I think it was ESPN. I think if I'm not mistaken. Number 1, averaging 26, 12, and 9 assists. 26 points, 12 rebounds, 9 assists, almost a triple-double. Luka Doncic, he's tied for 3rd. Or he's somewhere in there. They got him number 2 now. He was tied for 3rd last week. He's averaging 33 points, 9 rebounds, and 9 assists per game, almost a triple-double as well. And Shai Gilgeous-Alexander ranking was number 2. They said he dropped to number 3 now. And he's averaging 30 points, 5 rebounds, and 6 assists per game for the Thunder. Who you think gonna win this race? It seemed like a tight race. Let me know who you think. Who can pull it out? Who you think gonna pull it out? I think, man, Jokic, man, is the most consistent. Luka is probably the most exciting. And Shai Gilgeous-Alexander is probably the come out of nowhere guy. He's been balling all year, but he kind of OKC don't really get to shine on TV like a lot of other guys do. So let me know in the comments who you think gonna pull away for that MVP race. Because I think that Shai, I hope he can win it, but he may be on the outside looking in based on what Jokic is doing and Luka Doncic is doing. But let me know in the comments who you think gonna win. It's a good race. Been some good basketball played this season. Let me know who you got. So our next slide is, oh no, that's the wrong slide. So, looking at the game, once again. Oh, wow. They are up 90 now. 79-90. LSU down to Iowa. They beat Iowa last year in the championship game. Now, Iowa beat them in, I think it's the Elite Eight, or Final Four. One of them. I think it may be Final Four. But, like I said, when they came out in that third quarter, they let her get hot. And then she was looking like Larry Bird out there. And like I say, you cannot let up on shooters like that. You got to stay up in their face with your hand in their face. Some of them, they was in their face. She just moved over just a little bit and shot it and boom, you know what I'm saying? So, but shout out to LSU, man. They played a good game. Like I say, Angel Reese, when she got that ankle injury, I think it was in the second quarter, blocking the shot, they changed the whole trajectory of the game. Not making no excuses, because they should have tightened up on Caitlin in the second half. If she didn't get off in the first half, you know for a fact she going to come out swinging in the second half. You got to know that. You got to understand that. And you have to be up in her grill. I don't care if she's going to the popcorn stand. I don't care if she's going to the hot dog stand. I don't care if she's going to get Gatorade. Whenever she turn around, you need to be right there in her face. But, you know, sometimes, you know, things happen. You know, so a lot of people don't come out of halftime. You still kind of, the adrenaline then wore down a little bit, and you kind of trying to get back in the game, but you should have been ready coming out. As soon as you come out on the floor, you need to be finding her. Where is she? And we're going to put the pressure on her the whole game. But that's just me, my opinion. Let me know what you think in the comments. I'm about to get ready to sign out this thing. Thanks for watching. Be sure check out the podcast on Thursday around 6, 6:30, 7, something like that. I think we're going to end up doing it Wednesday instead of Thursday because my daughter is having a birthday, so we won't be able to do it this Thursday. On Wednesday, we're going to go live probably around 8-ish, 7:30, 8-ish, it depends. And check it out. Facebook, YouTube, clips on Instagram, TikTok, on my page, on Facebook. So, thanks for everybody who's been watching. Thanks for everybody who's been watching the clips. We appreciate all the support. And I'm about to get ready to sign out.
Never personal.
Ready to die.
You want answers. I want the truth. You can't handle the truth.
This is Mike, and I'm signing out.